this is Aisha Jha and today I will discuss about metal from the topic metals and non-metal. So let's start. What is a metal? Metal is that element which have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their valence shell, and also you can say outermost shell. So we will discuss about example. Sodium, which have atomic number 11 and electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 1, means they have a 1 electron in their outermost shell or valence shell, so it is a metal. Magnesium have atomic number 12 and have electronic configuration 2, 8, 2, means there are 2 electrons in their valence shell. Okay, now coming forward we will talk about aluminium. Have 13 atomic numbers and have electronic configuration 283, means 3 electrons in their valence shell, so it is a metal. So if we teach in brief, so we will see that most of the elements of periodic tables are metals. How? You all have seen periodic table, which is something like this. There are two groups here, some periods are here and some groups again here and two periods. So these are group 1 and group 2, also called S blocks. All the elements of these blocks are metal. All the D blocks elements are metal, and there are two periods at the bottom, also called actinide and lanthanides. These are metals, means most of the elements of periodic table is metal. And here is the exception, which is hydrogen. In chemistry you will read about lots of exception. Now here is exception is hydrogen, which atomic number is 1 and have 1 electron in also their valence shell. So it should be a metal, but it is not a metal, it is non-metal. So now we will discuss about various properties of metal. So we will start about the physical state. So the physical state of a metal is solid. What do you mean by its physical state, which is a solid? Metals have metal-metal bonding, means metal and metal comes together and forms a bond which is more stronger than the ionic bond, covalent bond and any bond. So it is a very strong, hence it is a solid. So metals have metallic bond and they are solid. Some exceptions are also here, that is mercury. All have know about mercury, that it is liquid at room temperature and used in thermometer. Everybody knows about it. And gallium, yeah, usually it is not liquid, but on handling it become liquid. So these are some exceptions. Liquid on handling. Now we will be coming about a property of metal, which is luster. What do you mean by luster? If we polish a metal, it will give a shiny surface, means it will give shine. So any substance have a shiny surface means it is a metal. For example, think about your gold earrings, your rings. It is a shiny surface, means it must be a metal. For example, gold, silver, copper and many other things. And even old times, scientists will get to know by shining surface it is a metal or not. Now coming forward, we will talk about here is an exception also. Sodium is a metal, but it has no luster. Now coming forward, we will discuss about the hardness. Metals are hard. Why? Because it have a metal bond which is very strong, and also it is solid, means metals are very hard. Okay, we will talking about properties, so it is the number third properties, hard. So why? Because it has a metal bond, but here are some exception, which is also mercury and gallium. Rather than that, two most important example to remember, that are sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassiums are soft metal. We are saying that metal should be hard, but it is exception because it is soft metal. These are that soft that can easily cut by knife. These two. So it should be remembered. Okay, we will talk about a property, melting point and boiling point. Hence, metal have strong metallic bond, means they are very strong, and to get boil and vaporize they need more amount of energy, so their boiling point and as well as melting points are very high. So metals have high melting and boil points. Exception is mercury again. Now we will talk about density. Now what do you mean by density? Density means the closeness of atom. Closeness of, in solids, substance are very close to each other, means they are more dense, means they are very strong force of attraction. So the density of metals are high. So metals have high density. Exceptions is again exception is again what? Na, Hg means sodium and mercury and gallium etc. Now we will talk about a property called ductility. What do you mean by ductility? Ductility is a property of metal. If we stretch something, it will break. But if you stretch a metal, it will not break. Hence, it is converted into a very thin wire. Means this property is called ductility, of converting a wire into very thin wires. Suppose I have a 1 gram of gold, and if I can create 2 kilometer long wire from that. So think how ductile it is. Now coming forward, if one example to remember is tungsten. Tungsten, if we stretch it, it can become it become invisible. So think how ductile it is. Okay, exception is again sodium, mercury and zinc. Zinc is also metal, but it is not ductile. We will talk about a property called malleability. Malleability, if we beat up a metal, it will convert into thin sheets. All you have seen aluminum foil, it is the example of malleability. We beat up the aluminium and it will convert into very thin sheet, and which is the property of metal, it is malleability. Okay, and they have a sonorous sound. What do you mean by sonorosity? When you string a metal, it will provide a sound. It is called sonorosity. Okay. And coming forward, we will talk about its its property, which is conductivity of heat and electricity. Metals are very conductive to heat and electron. Why? Because they have tendency to lose electron, as they have 1, 2 or 3 electron in valence shell, so they can easily lose electron, and the electrons are free and moving in their surface of metal and provide conductivity to heat and electricity. An example is tungsten. Why? Tungsten is exception is tungsten. Why? Because it is a resistant of heat. Okay, we will talk about the type of ion provided by metal. So type of ion provided of metal is cation. electron in excess, so it donate one electron and makes a positively charged ion, also called cation. Okay, and metal makes basic oxides. Metal have make basic oxide. Okay, for Na plus 1 plus O2 minus, and they convert into Na2O, means metal gives basic oxide. So these all are the properties of metal. If any substance has all these properties, this is a metal. And thank you for watching. This is all about metal. Thank you.